In this video, I'm going to answer what is required for you to qualify for Unitedhealthcare AARP Medicare Supplement Plan. Hi, my name is Robert Bache. I own Senior Healthcare Direct, MedicareBob's office, and my team and I, we assist people with Medicare coverage nationwide. In this video, I'm going to go over the health questions that Unitedhealthcare is going to require you to answer to qualify for their Medicare Supplement Plan. But before I do that, let me just share with you a couple key points. The first point is if you are new to Medicare Part B, you do not have to answer any health questions. If you are within 6 months of your Part B effective date, that is called your Open Enrollment Period, and this is the only time in your life you're automatically approved for any Medicare Supplement Plan you want, and you don't have to answer any health questions. However, if you've been on Medicare for a while, say you have an Advantage plan or Original Medicare, or you have a Medigap plan and you're looking at switching it to save money or go to a different plan, then you are going to be subjected to medical underwriting. So what does that mean? No worries, it's not like life insurance where somebody has to come to your house and take blood and do a physical. Instead, a licensed agent or broker is going to complete an application with you. And part of the application is going to include some health questions. And each carrier asks different health questions. And as I mentioned before, in this video, I'm going to show you the exact health questions that Unitedhealthcare requires for you to join the AARP Medigap supplement coverage. Now, it's important to understand that working with a broker is definitely the way to go because different carriers ask different questions. So just because you may not be eligible for this carrier's health questions to switch your supplement plan doesn't mean that our agents do not have a carrier that you might be eligible for. So it's still worth speaking to one of our agents. Now, what does working with a Medicare agent or Medicare broker cost? It costs you zero. That's right. It costs you nothing to work with a broker or an agent on your Medicare coverage. Now, obviously, I encourage you to work with our team because I believe our team is the best, but there's lots of really good agents and brokers out there that will help you, and I definitely encourage you to work with one of them instead of calling a carrier directly. Because if you call a carrier directly, that carrier can only help you with that one specific carrier, to where an agent or broker like my office, we can help you with everybody. So now let's jump into what health questions would be required for you to join a Unitedhealthcare AARP Medicare Supplement Plan. So this is Section 6, and again, you only have to answer these questions if you're not new to Medicare Part B. So these questions refer to the last 2 years. So the question is, within the past 2 years, did you have, as determined by a medical professional, or were you diagnosed, treated, given medical advice, or prescribed medication refills for any of the following conditions? AFib or heart flutter, artery or vein blockage, peripheral vascular disease, cardiomyopathy, or congestive heart failure. More questions here. Coronary artery disease, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD or emphysema, chronic kidney disease, diabetes, but only if you have circulation problems with retinopathy, which we'll talk about in a moment, cancer including melanoma, but not any other skin cancers, leukemia or lymphoma, cirrhosis of the liver, macular degeneration, but only if you have the wet form, multiple sclerosis, or rheumatoid arthritis, or systemic lupus. So those questions are, if you answer yes to any of those questions in the last 2 years, then Unitedhealthcare would not consider you for their Medigap coverage with AARP. I mentioned that we're going to talk about diabetes. So diabetes alone is not a problem with Unitedhealthcare. It's just if you've had any issues with your circulation, like neuropathy or retinopathy, and they want your diabetes to be stable, especially if you've had any heart issues like high blood pressure or cholesterol. So now let's go to Section 6B here. Okay. Within the past 2 years, have you had a heart attack, stroke, or transient ischemic attack, TIA, or mini stroke? It's going to ask you for some doctor information, and then it's going to ask you if you've had any tobacco products in the last 12 months. Now, the tobacco question typically will not stop you from qualifying, but it's going to adjust your premium price because most companies, including Unitedhealthcare, will charge you a higher price if you use any tobacco products in the last 12 months. Well, that's it. So that's all of the health questions that Unitedhealthcare asks. And they ask, not too many. There is another section up here that's going to ask if you have anything that hasn't been completed yet. So the next group of questions is going to ask you some information about, is something scheduled or have you been advised to have but hasn't been completed yet? And this does prevent somebody who has a Medicare Advantage plan or just Medicare to prevent them from jumping onto the plan and then getting a procedure done really quick and driving up the cost for everybody else. So in the past 2 years, did a medical professional tell you that you may need any of the following but has not been completed yet? A hospital admittance as an inpatient, joint replacement, or organ transplant, surgery for cancer, back or spine surgery, heart or vascular surgery. So those questions, it's not asking you has a joint replacement been completed in the last 2 years. It's saying, have you been told, hey, you need to get a knee replacement in the next 6 months? And if that's the case, then Unitedhealthcare is not going to consider you because they don't want you to pay a premium of, let's say, $130 per month for that plan and then, use the plan right away for a $10,000, $20,000, or $30,000 procedure. So that's all the health questions that Unitedhealthcare asks. If you would like to see if you qualify for Unitedhealthcare Medicare Supplement plan, I'll drop the link below, and we have a get quote form that you can fill out, or of course you can call our office. So thank you for watching, and if you have any questions about Medicare, I'd love to help you. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, and of course feel free to give us a call anytime.